It was supposed to be a short-lived mission, just 90 days. A fleeting moment in the grand timeline of space exploration. The engineers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, were ready for Opportunity to do its job and then fade into the history books. But instead, Opportunity did something no one expected. It defied the odds. It outlasted its projected lifespan by over 15 years. This is the heartwarming legacy of a robot that refused to die, a journey of resilience, discovery, and an unyielding will to explore. The beginning, a dream of discovery. In 2003, when NASA launched the Mars Exploration Rover mission, the world was buzzing with anticipation. Opportunity, one of 2 rovers destined for Mars, was expected to live for just 90 days. But what happened over the following years was nothing short of miraculous. As the second rover, it was named Opportunity because it was a mission filled with potential, full of opportunities to learn about Mars, a planet that humans could only observe from a distance. As Opportunity landed on Mars on January 25, 2004, there was a moment of quiet excitement. The rover, roughly the size of a golf cart, had just arrived on the red planet's surface. It had one task: to find signs of past water. With only a 3-month window for its mission, the engineers knew Opportunity had a limited lifespan. However, as it unfolded, the rover would redefine what it meant to go the distance. First signs of life, the unlikely survivor. The first images sent back to Earth were breathtaking. The barren, dusty landscape of Mars stretched out before the rover, and Opportunity began its task of exploring the planet's surface. But it wasn't just the images that captured attention, it was the rover's determination. Opportunity's first major triumph came in March 2004, just weeks after landing. In a valley called Eagle Crater, it uncovered something extraordinary, a mineral called hematite. Scientists knew that hematite was a strong indicator of ancient water. The rover had already found what it had been sent to search for, and it was just getting started. What followed was a series of discoveries that would define Opportunity's legacy. The rover traveled across the plains of Mars, exploring craters, hills, and valleys. It became the first rover to traverse an entire Martian year, a feat previously thought impossible for any rover. For engineers back on Earth, Opportunity had already exceeded expectations. But it wasn't just the scientific discoveries that made it special. It was the rover's resilience. The trials, a battle with the elements. While Opportunity's discoveries were exciting, the rover faced challenges that would have stopped any ordinary machine in its tracks. The first major test came in 2007, when a dust storm of unprecedented magnitude swept across Mars. For weeks, the rover was enveloped by dust, with visibility reduced to almost nothing. The storm covered the entire planet, and engineers feared the worst. Communication with Opportunity was cut off, and there was concern that the rover might be permanently damaged. Engineers feared that Opportunity's solar panels, its primary source of energy, would be coated with dust, rendering it unable to recharge. But against all odds, the rover survived. When the storm finally subsided, the first signal from Opportunity came through, weak but unmistakable. It was alive. This was more than just a technical success. It was a symbol of the rover's will to keep going against all odds. The resilience of Opportunity, surpassing expectations. Year after year, Opportunity continued its mission, with each milestone feeling like a miracle. The rover was supposed to last 90 days, but it powered on for years. Its mission was expanded time and again, as engineers and scientists found new ways to push the rover to do more. Opportunity explored Mars for over 15 years, well beyond its expected lifespan. In 2008, Opportunity made its way to the edge of Victoria Crater, a massive hole in the Martian surface that measured about 800 meters, 2,600 feet, in diameter. The rover carefully made its way down into the crater, taking incredible images of the geological formations. It was an unprecedented moment in exploration. This tiny rover was walking through the pages of Martian history. The excitement among the team at JPL was palpable. They had launched the rover with hopes, not expectations, but Opportunity had become a hero.
Hey there! If you're enjoying the story so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our exciting adventures. Now let's get back to the mystery.
The discoveries continued. Opportunity found more evidence of ancient water, signs of ancient Martian rivers and deltas, which told a story of a time when the planet was much warmer and wetter than it is today. The rover had become a living legend, a testament to human ingenuity and the ability of a simple machine to keep pushing the boundaries of science. A legacy of discovery. By 2014, Opportunity was far from being just a scientific tool. It had become a symbol of resilience and human spirit. NASA had launched new missions to Mars, but none of them could match the sheer endurance of Opportunity. With its solar panels still functioning, it continued to send back vital data, images, and scientific information. It was working in a barren, lifeless world, but it wasn't giving up. It was a machine that embodied determination, a quiet symbol of persistence against all odds. The rover had exceeded all expectations. It had traveled more than 28 miles, 45 kilometers, far surpassing its original goal of just 1,100 yards, 1 kilometer. It had sent over 200,000 images back to Earth. Opportunity had outlived its peers, inspired generations of scientists, and pushed the boundaries of space exploration. The final goodbye, the end of a journey. In June 2018, NASA lost contact with Opportunity. A massive dust storm had once again enveloped Mars, and engineers feared that the rover's solar panels had been completely covered in dust. For months, NASA's team tried everything they could to re-establish contact. They sent thousands of wake-up signals, hoping that Opportunity would respond. But the silence remained. It was a bittersweet farewell. Engineers knew that Opportunity had done more than anyone had imagined. Its mission was a resounding success. But after 15 years of incredible service, the rover had finally run out of time. On February 13, 2019, NASA officially declared that Opportunity's mission had ended. The news was met with sadness and a sense of gratitude. Opportunity had touched the hearts of millions of people around the world. It had accomplished the impossible. The rover was gone, but its legacy lived on. The impact of Opportunity, a machine that taught us to never give up. Opportunity was not just a machine, it was a story of determination, resilience, and hope. It was a reminder that even when faced with overwhelming odds, the will to continue can be stronger than anything else. The rover's journey was an inspiration, showing the world that success doesn't come from immediate results but from persistence over time. For those who had worked on Opportunity's mission, it wasn't just a job. It was a connection to something greater. Opportunity was a member of their team, a silent partner that had fought for every inch of progress it made. It was a symbol of the unyielding spirit of human curiosity and our never-ending quest for knowledge. As NASA looks to the future and sends more rovers and probes to Mars, they carry with them the legacy of Opportunity. Its story has become a part of the fabric of space exploration, inspiring not just the scientists and engineers, but anyone who has ever faced an obstacle and thought, "I can't do this." Opportunity's answer would be clear: keep going. You never know how far you can go until you try. The unlikely hero. Opportunity wasn't just a rover, it was a hero. A small, unassuming machine that braved the unforgiving landscape of Mars, battled dust storms, and survived far longer than anyone could have imagined. Its story is one of quiet strength, perseverance, and hope. It was meant to last only 90 days, but it survived for 15 years, a testament to the power of resilience, the spirit of discovery, and the unwavering will to continue no matter the odds. In the end, Opportunity's journey was not just a triumph of engineering, it was a triumph of the human spirit. And even though it is no longer with us, its legacy will continue to inspire generations of explorers, scientists, and dreamers. Opportunity may have left Mars, but its story will live on forever.